Hi, Scorpio. This is part 2. We're looking at your 7th house. Your 7th house is Taurus. You have Uranus here and the Sun here. The Sun is here until the 20th when it moves into Gemini. All right? You still have in the relationship zone, it's been being illuminated. But it's been being illuminated with Uranus here asking you, well, are you standing in your power? Are you investing in your part of the relationship? And is it fair? Because Uranus is independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom, inventive self. So are you able to speak? Are you able to be free enough to be free within the relationship? And every relationship is different. Because anything you care about, you have a relationship with. The relationship zone is not just about your husband, your wife, your spouse, whoever it is you're dating. It is about your family, your partnerships. It is your children. It is your parents. It is the ones you are dating, the ones that you are having friendships with. It is your working environment. Anything you care about, you have a relationship with. So within these relationships of your life, how free are you to be you? The Sun is illuminating where you have the right people here that allow you to be you and express yourself, and where they really don't give a shit. I say it like it is. So, if you aren't getting your way in here, though, because Uranus can be very controlling and possessive energies, if you're insecure within these relationships or someone else is within your relationships, they're going to be very controlling, very possessive within these energies. This is showing insecurity. This is not showing security by acting controlling and powerful and possessive. This is actually tapping into insecurities. And if you're insecure, then you may be tapping into these lower vibrational energies. But the question is whether it's you or them, somebody somewhere is having that energy shift. Because Uranus is here, the Sun is here, which is speaking about coming into the liberation, coming into the freedom, coming into allowing that uniqueness, that inspiration of flow, of spirit within the relationship to be there. If it's being blocked by insecurity. Now, when you get that, you have the choice of what you're going to do with that. Whether it's because you're being controlling, somebody else is being controlling, possessive, and trying to push around the situation. I'm just giving you the facts. Now, as you move into the 8th house, which is Gemini for you, this is also where you have the new moon on the 22nd. Gemini, the moon's going to be coming in on the 22nd. On the 20th to Gemini. You have Mercury, which is also moving in on the 28th. So at the end of the month, you're going to definitely be feeling this. But Venus is here all month. And Venus is going to be here for several months. Venus is going retrograde again on the 13th. Before this new moon. She's questioning, do you see your value in these relationships? Are you being pushed around? Are you setting the proper rules, walls, and boundaries? But if you didn't have healthy communication with yourself, then you don't know where those rules, walls, and boundaries need to shift. This is about setting up inner emotional security so that on the outside of you, you are building a new foundation for good relationships. By realizing where their foundation, the social foundation, isn't healthy. You're setting new social foundations. But this all comes down to learning how to understand what wasn't serving you. The new moon is definitely giving you all month to figure out this so that you can make this shift and bring it into reality, or start to bring it into reality after the 22nd with that new moon. Venus is going to be incredibly sensitive about these rules within these relationships. And if they're touching a little too close to home and making you uncomfortable, because Venus brings up insensitivities, because she's trying to teach you what you value and what you don't, and why. Now, The last thing that we have going on here is your 8th house, your 9th house, which is your higher self. As of the 17th, the North Node moves into that higher self's cusp between the rules of these relationships and the higher self. And it's going to be there for the rest of the month until it actually shifts into your 8th house. So this is its last chance from a spiritual point of view for the rest of this month to go, are you nurturing your higher self? Are you nurturing your source energy? Or are you neglecting it? Because it's not going to be back for another 12 years. In fact, a little longer. To really get into your higher ethics, your higher morals, your bigger, deeper depths of your soul truth, your psychic energy, your gut intuition. It is dealing with religion, law, and philosophy, but I see that 9th house as the higher self. And the higher self has had Rahu, North Node here, asking you if you've been nurturing it or neglecting it. So it's on its last month of going, if you've been neglecting it, let me give you a good slap down now. That's that communication coming in and saying what it is you need to get right, because it ain't going to be back to teach you it for another 13 years. But it will be moving into the relationship house of those rules. And it will definitely start showing you what those rules and those foundations of those relationships, whether they're healthy or not, are the relationships healthy? It's going to start whooping ass as soon as it starts moving in, and it'll be here for a year. So the more that you're right with yourself, the more you're ahead of schedule. I love you guys. Bye.